massive storm bears down on Florida. Residents of mainland Florida are bracing for Hurricane Irma to hit as conditions in the south of the state deteriorate. The Category 4 storm, with sustained winds up to 130 miles per hour, about 209 km per hour, moved away from the Florida Keys and should make landfall on the west coast in hours. High winds and storm surge are affecting the Miami area, but Florida Governor Rick Scott said he was very concerned about the West Coast. More than 1 million homes are without power. More than 6.3 million people in Florida were told to evacuate, with warning of a life-threatening storm surge. Irma has already devastated parts of the Caribbean with at least 27 deaths. What is happening in Florida? Extreme winds and storm surges continue in the lower Florida Keys area, which includes Key West. All residents had been ordered to leave. Some surge could reach 15 feet, about 1.4 meter. One official had warned staying on the island would be almost like suicide. Media reports say a man was killed on Saturday in the Keys when his pickup truck crashed into a tree as the storm gathers pace. As the eye of the storm is moving north to mainland Florida, more than a million homes in the state are reported to be without power, and some 50,000 people have taken refuge in shelters. Cities such as Tampa and St. Petersburg lie in the path of the storm. The Tampa Bay area, with a population of about 3 million, has not been hit by a major hurricane since 1922. Governor Scott told NBC's Today Show that the authorities had prepared all week for the arrival of Irma. The prospect of such a large storm surge was really scary. Effects are being felt in the Miami area. Miami Beach Police Major Richard Wren told the BBC there was flooding, including 2 to 3 feet inland, and many power lines were down. In the city of Miami, a crane collapsed onto a building under construction, CBS reported. Which other areas have already been hit? Irma is the most powerful Atlantic storm in a decade and has already caused widespread destruction on several Caribbean islands. In Cuba, officials have talked of significant damage without giving further details, but no casualties have been reported. Electricity is out across the capital, Havana. Saint Martin and Saint Barthélemy, 6 out of 10 homes on Saint Martin, an island shelved between France and the Netherlands, are now uninhabitable, French officials say. They said 9 people had died and 7 were missing in the French territories, while 4 are known to have died in Dutch Saint Martin. Turks and Caicos Island, widespread damage, although extent unclear. Balboa, the small island, is said to be barely habitable, with 95% of the building damaged. Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Garson Brown estimates reconstruction will cost $100 million, one that has been confirmed. Anguilla, extensive damage with 1 person confirmed death. Puerto Rico, more than 6,000 residents of the U.S. territory are in shelters and many more without power. At least 3 people have died. British Virgin Islands, widespread damage reported and 5 dead. U.S. Virgin Islands, damage to infrastructure was said to be widespread, with 4 deaths confirmed. Haiti and Dominican Republic, both battled by the storm, but neither has as much damage as interiorly felt. What about Hurricane Joe's Katia? Another storm, Joe's, further out in the Atlantic behind Irma, is a Category 4 hurricane with winds up to 100 miles per hour. It initiated followed a similar path to Irma and had threatened several islands already hit by its predecessor, but it has now tracked harmlessly to the north. Bermuda, whose residents had already left the island as Joe's approach was spared, as were Saint Martin and Saint Bartholomew. Hurricane Katia in the Gulf of Mexico, a Category 1 storm with winds up to 75 miles per hour, made landfall on the Mexican Gulf Coast in the state of Veracruz late on Friday before weakening to a tropical depression.